Okay, I just want to do a quick video on the Riddles of Senga. Senga was a person that showed up in the old Code 144 Secret of the Universe discussion forums. They showed up December 12th of 2008. Riddles were all, of course, focused on the mystery of Edward Lee Scanlon. Once upon a time, I had Rockgate Museum unofficial. And back at this time, just after, or maybe a year after the message boards closed down, I was speaking with Senga through YouTube, and I was given permission to share a lot of the riddles. Alright, let's get into it. I'll discover what Senga wrote, and we shall go from there. I turned 21, and 6891 was the last 4 digits of my phone number growing up. Just a coincidence that it was the International Year of Peace, I guess. I hadn't realized that. What Ryan had mentioned is what I was alluding to. I was surprised he found Bonnie and 6891 peace. I am not the author of that page, nor related to Bonnie and or her husband. There is a map of Pennsylvania that I found very interesting. It was one of the first pages that led me on this trail. You see, Ed had traveled on the SS Pennsylvania to America. He was also 25 years of age at the time he stepped foot on American soil. It was just more data that proved that it was a tale that was a veil. And part of this tale is Ed was 26 and Agnes 16 equals 42. Peace, Senga. December 16th, 7:10 p.m. A little poem I wrote today. I love riddles, and I'd love to say, read it and ponder, think for a while. When you get it, you'll have a big smile. If you don't get it, that's okay. I will reveal soon, but not today. So you want the anagram, you say? Maybe it's acronyms that also play. I've toiled and labored to others' dismay. It won't mean much to you anyway. Here it is, I'll give you a clue. Only because you ask, I give it to you. What lives in water and builds dams. The water, life created by log jams. Who is so busy touring around? 5 states a monster, we are all bound. You work so hard to make the money, like the busy bees, but you miss the honey. Zion and Beaver schools let out. Martin Luther, he was a good kraut. Look in Ed's kitchen, there is more there. A battle cry that none can compare. I asked the gardener, who cooks with fire? This is your tag, is this your desire? Reply, I wouldn't have labored all for you if I didn't think you were able to come through. The King of Foo Fighters is all it's about. Come back to tell all over a glass of stout. When have you measured with a good instrument? You will say, oh, that what thee meant. I know it don't mean much to you, but in due time, you will know this clue. Senga. What you ask of me, ye shall receive. Hope the simple riddle will give you reprieve. I would love to sit down and just spill my guts, but forced to write poems seems like I'm nuts. The poem I gave you is not what you think. Anagram of Ed's book, I know it stinks. Once over the smell, sweet as honey, beavers are busy, that's so funny. But since you ask, Kenny, I will reply, a tidbit for you to make your head fry. Through good observation, referring to notes, Peter went swimming with his coat. You want tones that ye doth seek, 1 and 7 have been secretly meek. What's in our face is not always there. Eyes and ears, an old way to stare. 17 is big, and we'll clear this mess, but it's not all, I do confess. So big in so many ways, too many to count, I don't have enough days. What you seek is 1, is always 2. Once understood, no choice, feel blue. After you weep and get it all out, a new man is born, full of clout. Your mind, body, and soul go off reeling. New thoughts, actions, desires, a new feeling. When you come down and it all sinks in, no choice but to tell others where you've been. I have always wanted to understand. I got more than I bargained for. I'm alone at the strand. A burden on my shoulders grows heavier every day as I sit here and watch man go further astray. There, I told you, all you anti-gravity freaks, now be careful crossing raging creeks. Better to build boats, bridges over water, than build flying machines and become cannon fodder. For in this riddle lies your fate, clearly encompassed at Rock Gate. Peace, love, and have a good day. Senga. Yes, all that. Glory, God, geometry, gravity, AG, Agnes, AG, anti-gravity, notes A and G, 1 and 7, 17, lambda particle over G, L is 12, G is 7 for 19, S, sacred feminine, at 1 and 12, or 112, 1-12, date Ed had put as birthday on World War I draft card, Senga. I agree and disagree, Ryan, so I wrote a poem. No kiddin'. LOL, I know. Seems dorkish, but it's what I'm doing, so bear with me. I will busy over the holidays, so it may take a while to get back to anyone. A poem titled Water, Fire, and Life. I seen that before, down the river, deep, dark, and cold, make you shiver. Canoe in the water, and my paddle, that little symbol I doth straddle. I cross this gentle river with all my might. I can't get anywhere before the night. I hate the damn dark. It's so cold out too. Sweet 16, how I'm missing you. Hello, some more cheese for you all. I thought I'd stop by and give you some bread before I lose it out of my head. I know who you speak of, that John Depew, double S inverted and askew. What he showed me makes much sense. So did MIT ferrofluid experiments. Amazing coincidence, I must confess. It's everywhere, even my white dress. This motif makes violins cry, but you know that, what's based on pi. It's more than that, as you shall see, cold rivers and wombs always be. What's in the micro can be shown, can be manipulated and overblown. A common motive all over the place, driven to obscurity and in front of your face. Why don't you see it? I don't know why. An architectural motif left to die. I love music, love how it flows. Just like water, it's the way it goes. Wind, water, and ether to make the fire, and some frequency to make it go higher. Cutting through stone like a hot knife and butter, seeing it done would make you stutter. Hot as the sun, it doth get, cool to the touch, holy shit. Ed's at work, sit and think, fry your brain, till you bink. It's a lever. A swing on Ed's porch? No. Yes, it's both an HHO torch. Twist and turn line up anyway, a clever device to ease his work day. Hit your head and spill your bong water. Hydrogen torch. Cut stones. Slaughtered. The only compression marks you do see, Ed's dotted line where he had bust thee. Oh, how clever, Ed. Carving the stars. Can I use that H2O plasma to run my car? Most certainly, as Curly on Three Stooges would say, I will forevermore be looking at water a different way. But this is shallow, as you shall see, much more than this, yes indeed. From life to death it serves both ends. Water has memory that does not bend. Fall in and drowned, to my water broke, that's when you know you were a different bloke. It's from the truth you shall see sacred double S's, sacred feminine knee. Look in old books and Bibles, you'll see S2F was a common disease. Not in the beginning, nor the end. Those little S's you look for, the trend. A double-edged sword that cuts with truth, or used as a weapon, very uncouth. Heal your neighbors and your friends. It's pretty neat stuff. It makes light bend. Physical, mental, and spiritual too. God's radio field is defining you. Thoughts, actions, and dreams deep in there. All those times you said, life's not fair. Recorded magnetically for all to see. For the flashback, history repeats. It is what it is, and is part of the clue. The waters bear forth reps of the glue. For if you know how water flows, you would know how stars glow. Some fractal mathematics, it does all come, but you all know that. This is for fun. The universe constant in front of your face, energy and mass must react in this place. For we are in a state of decay. I know it sucks. It has to be this way. Peace and love, Senga. You're welcome. Yes, Torch. No chisel marks. Correct. No worries on the writings and various misspellings. It's the greater context of the message you need to focus on. As with the Bible or any ancient writings that seem cryptic, many focus on a single word. Was it that word? Or did it mean this? Is it a misspelled word on purpose, revealing a code, etc.? As with any religious text, they may happen to change slightly from opportunities those individuals had to express their interpretations, and had the position and power to do so. I did not compare what you ask, but any versions I read are saying the same thing, mistakes or no mistakes. It is possible that there is clues made to look at as mistakes for us to decipher in Ed's writing. However, I mostly attribute it to typos by the typist, and there are only a few. I think the document would have been more riddled with on-purpose mistakes, so one would take notice and investigate those typos. I, however, simply didn't focus on that. The code is the document itself, in the manner in which it is read and understood. It is a matter of knowing how to read it. I suspect no one knows how to read it. It could be coded mathematically, and if it were, I think it would be rather simple. It didn't need to use Enigma machine, but simple algorithm would most likely apply. However, I get the feeling this is not the case, as any code found would most likely put his resident status in jeopardy because of the time it was. We all know the Bible is coded mathematically, and the Freemasons may have embellished it for the 1611 version. As 47 scholars, math guys, most all Freemasons, and with Francis Bacon, the leading numerologist of the day, yeah, I would say there is a numerical code there. Did the Masons do it? I think it was already done by those who came before them. Anyways, I feel you don't really need to get so much into that. The context of what these religious documents are really saying is largely lost. It's only a matter of understand how to read it that reveals the true understanding of the passages. I don't care. I have my water wine. This is a way to have a greater message from a simple but yet obscure sentence. I do care that you know and should know the future of your soul. I don't care for those who ridicule, dismiss, and are those whose minds are trapped. i.e. closed. I got my water, the knowledge which will lead you to the wine, or the knowledge of water to wine. After all, this is about water in so many ways. That leads one to the sweetness of wine. Or once you drink the water and know, you're now drinking wine. Changing of water to wine at the wedding. You drink water here, but in the heavenly plains you're drinking the sweetest wine. I could actually write 12 or 13 pages on this passage I made up for you to read. I don't care. I have my water, wine. Peace, love, honor, Senga. Sorry I missed ya. All of double and even sometimes triple meanings, mirror effect, and what seems like oxymorons to what we know and are taught, and on, etc. The first poems are the most difficult, and you probably won't understand them for a long time, until more information comes out. All other poems are building towards the meaning of the first two meanings of the two to understand the first. If you know the first, then two becomes first and first becomes two. After all, it is the first two that became two. They are the two first of the first two. Haha. Senga. December 31st. Some more of that food, that cheese ball. There is wine, but it is reserved for the wedding and to those that could make it. You're all invited, but many don't listen to directions well, and when they showed up they were filthy. They really needed to wash. I couldn't allow them in. They should have washed up before they came, then put on their wedding attire so it was clean. And you better have your own clothing, not someone else's. I don't like food all over the mouths of children, nor on their clothing. When is Mama gonna wipe that child's face? My. Clothes with stains on them. It makes for bad pictures, if you know what I mean. I use spray and wash, then scrub and rinse. You can get them out if you try. Anyways, on your way here, be careful. The popular directions to go may not always get you here. There has been some bad flooding and the land is changing. So watch the waterways when you cross them and make sure you have a reliable boat and the expertise knowledge to sail it, lest you be swept away. Same for bridges. There tends to be high winds and sudden storms that blow up. It's easy to get swept off and fall in the water. If you capsize or fall, you drown. Sorry, and that's a pain, 'cause you end up getting flushed back out in the ocean and it's hell swimming back upriver. Anyways, I wanted to write another poem titled Respect. Some of you been to Rock Gate, you probably paid the going rate. Admission is what he doth reveal. His confession, it is surreal. Drops of water fall from mine eyes, spheres fall below, it makes me cry. Acknowledgement of the truth you see, left for us, that part is free. Oh, you should have the deepest admiration. Does Ed get that? It is his expectation. Pay and go in, take that path, with admiration and your math. Earth 21, you travel to the door. Stop, drop below, one knee to the floor. Take off your hat, you can do that. Drop in half, your head must go. The water pipe, bow below. Please, 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 I do bellow. Old king is he, respect this fellow. The water pipe, it's 10 cents. Ed told you about corner pants. Get up and be on your way. Smile on his face, you made his day. So much time gone and no respect. No one knew how to read, I suspect. There is more here than meets the eye. Everyone knows that. That's why I ask why. Give respect, you must surely try. It's what Ed wants. While in my am I, it's the best to do before you fly. You had better tell others, I do decry, because now you know, and it's your duty. Do 'em righteous, or I may get moody. A special man, talls of love, turns blue. What a tale true, tale veil a gift, he has edam for you. A special sight will come to you, piercing eyes, you'll see right through. Subject to ridicule, have no doubts, they will try to destroy our clout. Don't worry, Ed, I am here, your sweet 17 is very near. Crazy Ed riding his rusty bike, who are they to drive that spike? I will not stand for Ed called crackpot, or speculative ramblings fit in a slot. He was very special, you don't understand. Ed was telling us time, I make my stand. Did you see the stars last month? Jupiter, Saturn, Ed did done F. November winds can blow late, look there for the date. December 1 is special too, a special number just for you. Did you hear that bell just ring? 2 times makes 1, it went ding ding. The time is now, it's all above. Time to fly free, like the dove. Feel something pressing on your brain. I know you all feel like you're going insane. Edgeworth describes it now. When you see it, holy cow. It's all there, oddly enough. I know this seems like crazy stuff. Monuments, moons, foretelling future. It's right now, it's mankind's suture. Heal the wounds of present and past. Yes, I have come. Yes, at last. Peace, love, and a Happy New Year. Senga. Sorry for the obscurity, you all, but it's all there if you research. I don't mean to have an attitude, but it's my nature and I'm working on it. I have horrible habits, and I find myself battling between my ego and trying to be humble. It's been a difficult journey. I imagine it will be for most. Oh geez, I can't read sometimes. LOL. Yes, the New Testament and Old have a deeper message that is not being interpreted at all. So what we know is one way and what most Christian churches teach. I'll just say there is another way to read it. I'll just say Giza, Senga. I wrote this one for some dude named Cyril, who emailed me from this forum yesterday. Thought I'd put it on for everyone if interested. Title, Rockgate Fate. Ed's Rockgate, a prophecy in stone, so profound it will chill you to the bone. So little time and much to do. Oh my sweet 16, how I love you. Wash your clothes and clean up, my dear, for you know the wedding draws near. I hope you're ready and have no doubts, else rejected at the altar, you have no clout. Congratulations, you filled in the cracks. You know damn well there's no turning back. Remember Lot's wife, that pillar of salt? That can be you, and it will be your fault. Oh, how I miss thee, I can't wait. I can only hope and pray you choose the right fate. Senga. Hello, Ryan. Yes, you are correct. It is an allegory for something else, as is Lot's wife looking back. Basically, once the knowledge understood, it's a warning that there is no longing for this world and what's in it, lest you be a pillar of salt. Basically, Lot's wife longed for things here and was rejected. Didn't continue one with the rest, etc. Peter, how far did he swim? Tired and it's late. Happy New Year, Senga. It helps, as with other documents, but all are really saying the same thing or have the same underlying message. In the Bible, it's largely hidden and not talked about, and this is what Ed was eventually talking about or leading us to. The Bible and the stories in it. I can't find any data that suggests Ed went to a Christian church, or any for that matter, which implies and goes with Ed's teachings, basically to think for yourself. Or why would you want to wear another man's clothes? It's a journey we all have to do, and you may be alone, or certainly feel like it with those around you, but you're not. Anyways, Ed was in America, he was referring to the Bible, and that is very apparent in certain circumstances, but it's not the only teachings Ed implied. I'll just say research the flowers in the Feast of Love table. Senga. I penned this poem last November. I was having a moment, you could say. Thought I would share it with you as I typed it into my computer today from my notes. Oh, my sweet 16, how I miss thee. Please come back to me. Use the 3. I hope and pray, my sweet 16, that all will come back to me. My heart aches for my sweet 16. I cry night and day. My tears are for you. Wash yourself, my sweet 16, for these tears are for you, my sweet 16, so that you may come back to me, my sweet 16. A honeymoon is planned out. The wedding is set. Wash your garment and meet me at the stone, my sweet 16. RJB Senga. The following I wrote this morning. You haven't heard me say, to measure and to pray. So I will tell you now about penance. Meditate, pray, think common sense. What you seek, why I am here, obscure forms for seekers, my dear. I am not all over the place. I am here to show you my face. It's no game or childish tricks. It's just time for me to get my licks. Some know my B-Day, some don't. So look at the date, else understand you won't. Wind and water 7 years after. Birthdays and Agnes, what a disaster. Mayan Peninsula, Agnes revealed. Hurricane is blowing, Holy Grail revealed. Follow the path, what do you see? Trail of storm, mirror thee. It is the vessel that holds the knowledge. Rock gate, draw line, to Ed's college. Split down the middle, 2 cups revealed. One and the same metaphors is concealed. Look in old paintings, Mother Mary and such. Child outreaching, taken vessel, thank you much. It's over and over, it's all over the place. This vessel of water for the human race. Last Supper paintings, many with no holy cup. What were they saying about the Last Sup? Last Supper paintings leave some clues. Some knew the Grail and left it for you. Images backwards, then overlay. Baby, heart and crowns, it does portray. Hand at her throat, who is she, he? Mary Magdalene, who is thee? The marriage complete, ring twice for 306. Add 1 for perfect 307, pick up sticks. Sweet 16 plus Earth 21 at the door. Perfect numbers is at the core. 33 near 6891. The 34 degree, bees buzzing round my head. Truth for thee. It's a big step, yes indeed. Free your soul, I do decree. I always step back and use my logic mind. I had the time to research and myself find. I'm not a drunk, but I like a beer. Boiled grasshoppers and honey, I consume fear. I will continue to write this way, keep you seeking for the new day. To reveal mythos, the truth of the myth, it's the best plan I could come up with. Thumb and finger, a hand erect, why is Ed's moon not so perfect? It was about this big as fish stories say, a message to measure I give you today. Read in the hand, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 6, 1, and 7 ring twice at the door. East Coast, Canada, California, Texas too, my path to Florida, my make for you. Highway 21 yields Spanish Trail, El Camino for royalty, all hail. Moon and paths that made his way, another way I came to say, measure me for the new day. Built in Florida, a message in stone, a person, place, or thing, a musical tone. Pointing to the north, telescopes do see, same building arrangement, Giza it be. 1940 date of the Polaris scope, 12 man, 13 soul, messengers give hope. Why did Ed build the same as thee? Round two, if you get my gift from the tree. If I don't tell, I will have no clout. If I don't tell you, the stones will shout. Born of a virgin, many old stories of old tell of Messiah and messages bold. Egyptian religion tells a tale, same as Mithra, it's the same veil. They do repeat, Mithra and others, born, crucified, 3 days for my brothers. Why are they the same story over? Why, oh why? Different times and places, understand you try. There is a repeating theme here, it's all the same. Astrological references, time's messengers came. Took the red pill 2 years ago. Down the rabbit hole I must go. Some of you have taken it, I dare confess. Soon you will see me in my white dress. Peace, Senga. I wrote this 37 days before April 7th. This is the date Ed stepped foot into America in 1912 to accomplish his mission. April 7th has passed 61 days ago. It's been 9 and 7 years. I was kind of shocked to realize April 7th was my 16,000th day alive, exactly 97 years later. I do think Ed was implementing old techniques to move the stones using center of gravity, levers, wedges, etc. But I also think he had discovered anti-gravity techniques. How much he used them or when he used them, we will never know. But it is apparent to me that he had in fact discovered how to trick the stones into an identity crisis, so to say, by employing magnetic fields and frequencies of an AM nature. Sorry I've been out for a while. I came back to give you a smile. Hope you thought and pondered a while. Been sharpening my sword with my file. If you want to know how move big blocks, frequency blasters, magnetic field rocks. Take 2 bottles, wrap them in steel wire. Guts of a blowhorn, tweeter makes fire. Ed had no problem pounding nails where need be. 1 on each end to 2 opposing bottles, you see. Bucket of water to help along, to get the rock to sing its song. To the potentiometer, the power must go. Turn the dial, magnetic field grows. I hear the pitch, it's going along, you see. 2 to make 1 cool effective be. Tricking rocks into identity crisis. Matter to waves, gravity's vices. Heisenberg principle turned to snakes. Gravity has no effect, much of Christ's sake. Matter and energy, they become one. Pretty cool when you see it done. It's not hard to do if you know how. Missing D on the admission, AM now. Ed's crystal sets, AM you bet. What AM frequency do you set? I've already given the number to thee, so be careful using the knowledge tree. Did Ed's gate had to be in this location? No, it works anywhere. Magnetic levitation. However, it helps to lift the biggest stones. Star, planet, positions, powerful spiral cones. Perfect numbers swirling this head of mine. 8128, 27 times 37 equals 7129. Triple series, same numbers be 37 times 3s, 6s, and 9s, you see. Triple number series I left for thee. Integer 37 solves many of Ed's riddles. Some know that. Now play your fiddles. We all know 3 7s make 21. 3 7s is special. Let's have some fun. 7 times 7, 1 more time 2. My 3 4 3 I had left you. 21 times 37, you know what's true. 777, I had left it for you. Viscous piscus and my 343. Draw those dots in the centers you see. 3 on top, 4 in the middle, 3 on the bottom to help you solve this riddle. Start connecting the dots and you shall find 2 hexagonal perfect numbers, 6 unwinds. Take a step back and look close. My 221 dice ring for the most. Scandium is some special stuff. Breath of life or make 911 planes tough. RB is my initials, 37 my place. RB is my initials, 37 is my place. Bose-Einstein condensate beats gravity race. On my draft card it was signed. Same date as proven, that was kind. Flip it around, my birthday I see. 6, 1, and 7 more of Ed's numbers. Yes, indeed. There are other ways, I'll just say that. Electrical charges can make magnets fat. 1,000 ways to harness the field. 1,000 ways anti-gravity revealed. There isn't much time. You got some years. 37 days from now, 16,000 days old, my dears. Prophecy revealed, there's no looking back, unless you choose to suffer lifetimes stack. So read it and weep, for I have been, never would have guessed gate to heaven. Peace and love, Agnes. Senga. I wrote this 6 or 7 days ago. I got others, but I'm too farkin' lazy, and procrastination is a dear friend of mine. I guess I'm going by my gut feeling. I know many have this on their minds. I've pondered and figured too long. I was writing a book, then rewriting, then deleting. Since all books are wrong, I was wrong too. I've come to a point where all I want to do is forget I ran into this thing and live stupid or ignorant. However, it's just not my nature though. Happy, happy, happy 153. 16 backwards it shall be. Merry Christmas for you and me. 16 days till the 17th. My birthday is coming up. Sorry I put a lid on the cup. 43, I will miss you. 44, the 17th, it's so true. At 168, sometimes 169, hello, I miss you. I am fine. I just had my marriage anniversary. Me and my wife a real curiosity. May the 30th, 151st day, or 17th, this very May. Our 16th was great. My wife, she loves me, but all those numbers was driving her crazy. Where's my calculator, I do demand. Stick it up your ass, she would command. She's a busy woman, I got time on my hands. Soon I won't, as they come from across the lands. I see you've been busy, speculating too. Sorry to leave you and make you feel blue. I have moved from my old local, 30.04, to complete my sword and the Holy Grail. 153, add it all up. 1998, understand the cup. 2,000 years had gone by me. In 1998, I was 33. Divide by 2, and what 2 sets? 999 and 999, Tesla I met. Divide by 37, 27027. It shall be minus my address, 24023. .355 to 113 is a fractional encircling D. 617 is the 113th prime. Another coincidence, another dime. It's been around for a long time. Subtract the fraction and you will find. 242 divide by 2 rings. 121 ring twice. Ding ding. Numbers in circles, they come back. Round and round until you crack. Give up your ego, fall to the ground. Physical to spiritual you can bound. Perfecting of your soul it doth mean. Pi the 9th place smiles and makes me gleam. Understanding does kill fear. Everything I now hold very dear. Money was it was for me. Now it's not, so I give to thee. Circle your square and join the two. Transfiguration was he damned for you. And it goes on as you shall see. Have you sphered your dice lately? Peace and love, Agnes, Senga. 3004, 304, 34. It's adding the same. Her death in 304 was her claim to fame. 3 was an obsession of mine, wore it on my shirt all of the time. As I got older, I started to like 4. It seemed nice to me and opened doors. Cypress is spring, spring is green, oaks and blue waters in my dream. Ed's immigration papers, that's real nice. Everyone knows 37 solves and pays the price. My 3 sevens, how clever of thee. Some of my favorite numbers, 3, 4, and 3. I would be surprised to find that Doc's real. If it is, miracle of numbers is revealed. It looks like his signature, I know that. Pretty freaky numbers, I'm up to bat. Could Ed command the numbers on that paper? I highly doubt he could. Looks like another caper. Someone may have put his numbers to make a fool. They don't want you to know what is really true. Chaos to fractal order your creation is revealed. Light and darkness combined and concealed. There is more there than meets the eye. Matching my numbers, it does fly. Oh, my dearest seekers, do not give up yet. I got some gifts for you. Good stuff, you bet. I hope you pondered for a few months blue, putting you in my state so you can know what's true. Clock's been haunting you all this time, numbers spinning in your head as you dine. Have you measured your fish today? Subtract the fraction, 112, I say. How many acronyms for TB? Look it up, the same as thee. On the net it can be found, older dictionaries, paper that's bound. Circling the square, where did Ed put thee? His biggest block plain to see. Representing Giza and the water, break the cycle and dying as fodder. Why everyone misses it, I don't know. Pi to the 7th place, you should know. Hello, thought I'd give you some of my dress. It's a little tricky, I must confess. If you choose to ignore and scoff, well, you can always turn the channel, as they say. So before you read below, let me say a few words from the original Planet of the Apes. Don't go there, you may not like what you find. I have been there, and I didn't like what I found. It scared the hell out of me. I guess I have now changed that message too. Do go there, do understand, like it or lump it. If anything, understanding does relieve fear, and that is what I have come to know a few years ago. I still fear. I am weak. I am still a wreck. So I must move forward to wash my dress. 3 times a year, wind, water, earth, and the fire. 4 quadrants of the sun determines your desire. Yes, that funny little symbol, that weird cross, not a German swastika, where is was lost. Negative, positive is coming at you. The 4 horsemen of 3 months make you feel blue. Mutate virus and bacteria strains. Men will be sick, penance and pains. As the riders come in, you shall witness the destruction. As the clues come together, witness the construction. Oh, the sun, that fractal cube. Oh, it cycles time. It's real, dude. Reading the fractal, your nice little charts, up and down it goes like rhombus starts. Where do you see the charts left for me? Course and thickness, I beg, look thee. If you know about alligators standing on their head, time runs from the tail to large waves and you're dead. Ed did the same on his biggest block, compression marks representing a clock. Carved it out, hole in the middle, sun fractal geometry in this riddle. Mayan new cycle of sunspots, they counted all the fractal dots. Crystal skulls, circle on a plate, burn the leaf offering can tell your fate. No shadow on a stick in the ground, rattler skin shed once year round. Loses his teeth every 20 days to gain a new pair, for biting I say. Circle on the plate, skulls used to help date, to reveal the spots, to determine sun state. They have many stories, also in visual art. I see one sphere did them. I said mirroring is your start. They did the same, many stories reveal, the bat, the devil, the serpent conceal. For if you understood what all these symbols mean, end of time cycles, infertility, deformations, not a dream. For they do come all back round, to harvest souls they have fear bound. Stand up straight, know your fate. If you have studied from many places, this was known before earlier races. Is passed around, especially destruction bound, brought to new places and teach it around. In old paintings from masters and such, vessels of waters, sunray charts to touch. The son of man with the heart, beat of time, don't be a fart. Fractal graph, the sun rays as a code. My back is fried, many beans I hoed. They're all around, we use them every day. Fractals are also charts, I will just say. Oh my great light, heartbeat I know, same as everything else it doth show. Scales of a snake, diamonds and Christ's sake, nets and fishes, understand, for you I wishes. As the charts slither along, snake crowns his head, rises to sing a song. 9 the 9 and 9 it be, add a 5 to make this gleams, secret to time that what his name means. I know you have heard of lead scale 9, but have you heard of the lead scale of time? Well, let me tell you, so you spiritually may say. 7129, 610, 5, 19 months and 5 days. That be 18 by 20 for turning 360 degrees, or our year as we know it, 5 more days it be. 6105 and ring it twice, times adds dime, that's real nice. They both are the solstice, can't you seize? Or maybe you did get stung by my busy bees. Didn't I tell you Ed was telling the time? Scale up the buildings made so fine. If you knew your nines, if you know your time, look for scales in old stuff, fractals to geometry, not some fluff. Scales of a snake swimming along to a fish, both the same things, understanding is what I do so wish. It's all the same scales that wave along, create the geometry of singing a song. Earth's figure 8 fish wavy plate, 5 fins and fingers are your fate. On the door and my sundial, the wave of our orbit will give you a smile. They show it in fishes with 5 fins. They show it how 5 fits, right ends. The first was wind, and it will be the last, understanding the cycle and the past. The first of the fifth and the first of the last. Wind makes fire and big waves that blast. The earth rumbles, into the fire you are cast. Up the pyramids you do climb, scuffing your feet down the scales of time. Earth is the reflection that's helped make thee. From the sun, magnetic photons did help make me. I know you've seen the sun on the door, 16 points earth, 21, what number is core? My sweet 16, my pie, my son, my 16 points on the sun. If you understand this little riddle, then you would understand how to play this fiddle. It's fast and small on universal scales, huge for mankind, slow burnets and tails. If you understand Ed's fractal barbecue, sun's fractal cube, less saved a few. If you're observant and a good looker, then you would understand Ed's slow cooker. Those hot dogs in there will be you. Shelter is the keyhole where it's blue. Then you would understand alive is to repent. Then you would understand Ed's was heaven sent. Better to know now that holy sun fractal cow than to scream crazy when all falls like the Tao. Be at peace, for you know that's true. No reason to be afraid and feel so blue. I know you will, for I have too. Better to get over now than then turn blue. Stay alive and witness destruction to creation. Understand your role and your mediation. For so many will be so scared, ignorance to suffer, so take a part It's a start to be mankind's buffer. Understanding is the greatest gift you can give. Hate to tell you, but you probably won't live. So cast your nets to the right. Make those around understand your plight. Accept it and die. It's okay to carry your gunny sack. Burlap primes, remember, no fear, lest I cast you back. But if you want to be dead or alive literally, you need water for both. I can give spiritually. If you want to progress, you need a white dress. Knowing now and turning blue, get over the fear before it comes true. You will be the pillars as fear takes flight. Make them understand the process. Fear is blight. Remember, it's all about water and how I made thee. Remember what time really is. Your heartbeat is me. So you can write a new book. Ed's Pennant's Corner keyhole look. So if you don't want to slow roast like hot dogs, shelter is also a key, and not acting like hogs. Ed's Repentance Corner faced away from Ed's pit. Shelter and keyhole, repentance is it. Repentance is the key, less the pit. Repentance, dead or alive, you know it. It will be extremely difficult for the average Joe to survive physically and your mind not blow. Some of you will be around a while after to write a new book about God's process of worldwide disaster. I know it sucks, it's not fair. What would be the point if you did not bear? So I give my burden now. It may seem loony. You don't have to turn into some kind of moony. Love your neighbors and your friends. Tell them fear kills. It sucks you in. God is great. God is good, so true. If you only understand how time makes you. That door is rusty. It's the front gate. Gemini born to explain your fate. Paint on the door. It's almost faded. At its end. I made it that way. Timed out that way. Rust to mend. I timed out oxidization so you would know. Time is short. Time to begin the show. Oh, my smooth finish has worn away, revealing my fractal collage, I say today. Just like Giza in its brilliant white coat, eroded away, fractal revealed, build your boat. For it is naked, as you and I, find your coat, and you shall fly. One last clue before I go, hone my sword. 12 knots and 13 cords. 21 and fishes, boats and nets. Listen closely before you make a bad bets. The great light is a photon, it's what it represents. An altar to the Lord and about cornerstone penance. So many things Ed had left me, gifts from a simple messenger and my water oak tree. Grab my wedding bouquet on Ed's door. My name is Agnes and I will give you more. Knowledge, truth, and love. Senga. Here is another. I tend to repeat myself, so bear with me. Snakes make waves peak and drop below. Ed was a very clever fellow. Didn't I tell you about those snakes? Rattling 10 cents, for goodness sakes. The dragon comes with the bat flying out his mouth. Death and waste will be all about. I guess he never read Ed's horoscope. That'd be 2 times if you get my drift. His 2 birthdays show of great rift. The one that consumes children in their beds, the one that drives the adults out of their heads. Fishes and snakes, those slippery scales, it's the pattern, the geometry it entails. Scuff your feet up the steps, rubber people did as they reps. Rattlesnakes, scorpions, cobras, fish too. Scaly fractals make diamonds, not idols, to give a clue. Who made them first knew what they were. Who found second, guessed, and blur. They come to find the truth later, from ignorance to understand, ding. It has happened over and over, yes, the bell underneath you, ring. As time passes by, fingers, nails stay cleaner. More time to look, ponder, your mind leaner. We slowly learn again what happened to lands. As population grows, more time on your hands. That's all in the fractal too. It's the same chart for most things, that heartbeat, that warmth, the great light my two dings. Reading the fractal I see, this large upbent. The heart shines bright, a crowning event. Wind was first and will be the last. Stand up for what you know of the past. Wind, water, fire, earth, four destructions. Wind was the first, now the last in its constructions. The feathered serpent will fly you away over the waters and around Judgment Day. Another New Year's Day rings for you. Last is the first, you know it's true. For fractals lead to geometric shapes. O Lord, not another planet of the apes. Dr. Zira, I should have listened to you. You're right, I found. It made me blue. Down below my physical, mental and spirit crash. Down below I realized it's not about the cash. Drop below can mean many things. They do in fact. All are ding-dings. So drop below into your shelter, for it is the keyhole. Sun's crowning event. Strontium blast DNA and Earth's pole. Drop below, there or here is repentance. Drop below can be used in many sentences. Cancer and deformities, infertility rise. A slow cooker of death, I do surmise. I'm over the blues when it comes to that stuff, but I'm not over the blues, men still get tough. I understand the cycles before me. I understand the process that made it all be. I understand how God really loves free. I understand how God really does love thee. I don't think you have to change your life. Just don't be scared of the coming strife. Do you really need every detail to know? Be a big picture thinker. Mirror is a show. You will find them if you look. But I won't tell you. I'm not selling a book. Perhaps you all are now, as I see S's in your eyes. Your books are not for selling. Someday you'll understand why. Love your fellow man and love God as true, not silly superstitions that will be coming at you. Embrace it and warn your fellow man. Remove the fear, you're part of God's plan. If you plan to survive, it's hell and high water. Better start now. Move away, lest you be fodder. Time is short, a couple of large events will have you locked down before starts sent. They could have told you, but they choose not to. They play this global weather politics only to confuse you. You won't know what is up or down. They spin it, keep your head going round and round. I often wondered how the sun may do this. Maybe Dorvak's right. Point 10 planet orbits, drops below, comes back to crown the sun, the destroyer, also known as the second coming of the sun. Do you think governments would ever tell you the truth? They will after lockdown. That's very uncouth. I will just say, I don't know what causes the sun to do this. I know it's real. It seems logical, push-pull, to give it a twist. I will just say, like in the movies, the best way I can top half the planet, bad, bad, bad. Go south. Drop below, young man. Peace and love, Senga. I wrote this some time ago as a response to Mr. Solar and him assuming. P.S. Solar, I didn't have a social security number. I didn't get mine until I was 16. In Ed's day, Social Security was for those slipping through the cracks financially. It was not required that you had to have a Social Security number. Ed had money. He was not broke. He earned it, saved it to build Rockgate as it was his mission. Anyways, I wasn't going to revamp this poem, so it's coming at you like if flow out my mouth. It was the way I was feeling. It's not meant to insult you, Solar, but it's rather a message to all. Oh, my dearest Solar, what has happened to thee? I wish you would your own words, not these. I give you the key of David, so you could see. I give you the key of David, so you know how it be. Much of the objective are contemporary now. Giza and measurements, the fractal Tao. Why don't you keep up on what is out there? Why do you plagiarize instead of compare? I guess I was a little vague. I suppose I deserved that. Listen, I beg. Everything Ed did was with purposeful intent. Numbers and documents to great extent. It's not the first time that I'd done this. The odds are against you. Sorry you miss. If you don't like puzzles or to do simple math, then I'm sorry, pal. You're off the path. If you're going to be a skeptic to find what's true, then wear your own clothes and talk like a real dude. Please take no offense as I talk strangely too. Spring Oaks to Greenland, I try to lead you. It's not your own words, and you know that. Think on your own, don't wear another man's hat. If you know Ed, you would surely see, then I wouldn't have to whip you, branch from the tree. Again, please take no offense, I understand, my head is dense. The only number that Ed ever talked, 16. The only number left on the door passed by you walked. Sweet 16, do you think we assume? Well known in the story, you must consume. 16 points on Ed's sun on the door. Earth 21 is 37, through the sun one more. 37. Turn the sun 3D sideways. It points top and bottom, I do say. North turns 360 and South Pole also. 37 two more ways. Does thou not know you walked past the answer? Does thou not know that Ed did not die of cancer? Free energy and more EMFs? You really don't see no power lines and much less EMFs at B. How it works you doubt anyone would know, so why bother with above so below? It is quite obvious if you wear your own clothes, or are you misleading? You'll burn on that stove. Those are the few and the obvious math. Probabilities go up as you take that path. I see you like my 3 sevens. Have you not rung twice? Seen bread and leaven? Have I not told you to mirror the numbers? I see others have, and have awakened their slumbers. At least one sphere, and Greg get the idea. What do you mirror? Not furniture from IKEA. The bat, the rat, the devil too. Feathered serpent is coming for you. Ed was not evil, as the mirror can make you mistake. Ed was telling you this is real and it's not fake. I'm glad to see their excitement build. Why not you? Their excitement you killed. So ring your 777s to 1554, reverse the number and open the door. Add them together and you shall see 6105 on your face it surely be. Give that 2 rings to 1221, 0 times a dime. Ed is my hero. 9 base numbers in your head, 9 they did not worship, it was their bread. Statues of snakes winding round, they didn't worship but were highly renowned. Only the ignorant worship these, they are creation, clear as the trees. Did I not tell you 195 north and south is where it happens? Did you get the dime? Latitude lines above, below, too cold for snakes napping? The 19th month and its 5 days, because 18 times 20 is 360 degrees, I says. Star of David, planet Earth, my belt, my waist, my beer belly girth. Yes, 18 Greg, it does fits. Because of the tree and all its tits. For babies to give suck, my dear, when they pass quickly, so far, so near. My fractal thought process many branches it be. My hair flows down, brings it to my head, you see. But I'm almost bald gray, hairs in my head. I have aged myself fast, I know I will be dead. I wish I could stay to hold your hands in the end. My fate comes sooner, God's will does not bend. It really sucks to know all this. Sometimes I wonder if ignorance is bliss. No, it's not. For when an untrained swimmer drowns, they are reaching up for something to grab hold of. Fear and frowns. Mortality calls. As you chomp at the bit, I'm telling you now, you must embrace it. The black heart's slowly looting you out. They know all this, it is no doubt. Worshippers of creation, the owls cunt. 911 was money, and it was the biggest stunt. They make a mockery of what you believe, kept you from repentance, your life the same, you see. They made money by knocking those pillars. They are male whores, blackmailers and killers, resting in the nest, planning their next quest, plant you with doubt, your soul not to rest. They feed on you like calf to mother, sucking on your fear and sucking their brother. Oh, you should have repented by now. They keep you fooled, you won't see the cow. Asteroids and comets coming for you, 1,000 times on TV desensitizing, it's true. For when the sorrows start to take place, extreme guilt wash over your face. I should have done something, I should have listened. Woe is me, where is God? Fear is their religion. Woe is me and my children, gnashing their teeth. Turn to animals, humans as beef. Oh, woe is me, I should have taken note of the shows. It's a setup, guilt for them to suck on, like their penis hose. Do not fall for this guilt and anger. Do not fall and give in to buddy bangers. They blackmail each other. Soon they will fight, making their moves. Everyone wants a bite. O ye foolish men who try to steer time. O ye foolish men, those are the biggest crimes. Straight men mind control, sex brotherhood. Most not even gay would get out if they could. So my fellow soldiers who read these words, bail now, expose them and show us big turds. So I can flush them down my toilet of water. So I can send them below, no more cannon fodder. For fear is their drug, it makes them laugh. Chaos is their border, blood to take bath. Sucking on it gives them powers. Suck on this, bitches, and smell my flowers. Yes, my butthole stinks like everyone else's. But black hearts are so foul, nasty, noxious gases. It left me a heart and flowers to kill the smell, to spray in the air to kill fear and send them to hell. So suck on this, you demented male whores, a dry straw for you as you wither to the floors. You will be dust under my feet, you will be lust driven out in defeat. For many will come to know what is true. I strip you away, you're naked, we see you. The data and pics from many places, not just Google or Wiki races. Did I not tell you to read many books? Have I not told you all of you must looks? The numbers take you away for a ride. I would like stop, but I know I can't hide. 1928, oh that special date. 16 years USA I had built. 16 years after, document I quote. I was 39 in 1926. Sun orbits 360. It's 26. North and south turn at 37. Ed's date and numbers, he was from heaven. Turn the handle of my 40133. Photons with steel, Ed Harvest Lee. That is on the handle. Oh, sorry you didn't see that. Please be the observer and put on your own hat. I guess you couldn't have known if you didn't look. I guess that's why I'm here to tell you, not from a book. Number on the handle, preface and ad, now and half by 2 rings. Now and half by 2 rings. My 2 37s, which make 74, ding ding. When you find the family of scuffs, you shall surely see double 37 everywhere you in favor for me. There are many more, these are off the top of my head, because I have not written, because I will be dead. I have told you I am not writing no books, because I learned more money is only for crooks. I learned 2 years ago it's not for me to write, it's for all of you to do so others can know past plight. So start to remove the fear and know what's true. Then I will stop feeling so blue. No time for thieves to suck off me, turn data into stash. No time for magnet motors and dreams of big book cash. I have told you time is near. I have told you no longer fear. Trial by fire, study rogue waves, objective to contemporary, not hidden in a cave. So I tell you now, it's about the soon. Tell you now so you know how it is done. Understand the fractal, always a big dip. Before your ass is fried, the sun's holy grip. The snake, the dragon crowns its head. When it strikes, you'll surely be dead. I love my nines, that coiled snake. The nines will tell you we're going to bake. Then tossed around like my tossed salad, like the musical universe, that wonderful ballad. For if you know what is true, then you know why I so blue. I am human also, and will suffer with thee, but you don't have to as bad, if prepared like me. The 4 horsemen will all bring different effect. The sun, the 4 quadrants. 2 negative, 2 positive. You can't reject. Same as Ed's motor. If you study the sun, you can do more than guess the rest. Different thickness and Giza courses read that fractal best. You will see what I mean on your lonely quest. It really comes down to mathematical certainties, fitting the pieces and counting the anomalies. Outstanding odds that what I say is true, astronomical odds which force you to conclude. We do know now, black plague was solar event. Change in bacteria and life's DNA can get bent. Causing plagues and other things to arise, it will seem like the end of the world, I do surmise. Passes through, no escape for you. Man is over, yes it's not, but it is true. New species is born, that's why I feel blue. Not many left, now it's starting over. The meek survive, the rich survive and go crazy. Like they're not crazy now, but many do know. That's why they build super subs and dig holes in the ground. They don't panic and keep your deception bound. They need time to loot out the rest. If you think they care about you, weep for souls to rest. No escapes this time, clock of despair. It's just the way it has to be. I know it don't seem fair. I am so sorry, my dear seekers. This is not about surviving physically, as I call you peakers. This is about spiritual survival. That why I say makers. Then you understand why I say it like wearing sneakers. 1,000 years of breeding till the next war. Then too will they forget what's really at the core. 2012 and all the worries bring fears. I got time, you say. Let's have some beers. You can learn from me, it requires no pay. Then you would understand Ed's birthday. My 3 sevens make 21. Oh. I say alternate numbers and have a bad day. What time is that? I don't know. Milk to cream? 2 years too long, like thief in the night, I do mean. A couple of events and you'll be locked down. It buys them time to get out of town. They won't tell you till they can't prevent. Don't matter how you're locked down event. My water is gone, no food on my table. Servo street drones take aim 10th able. It's extermination by those determined to live. It's an abomination, those souls I will sieve. 2 years of repentance before the big day, 2 years too short to prepare, I now say. You will be at home, your comfort zones, roast like dogs and scraping human bones. Ed's dates are numbers for you and me, for it's about time, it's plain to see. 1928 is the first number he wrote. From 1912 is 16. From 1944 to 16, from 44 to 21, till 65. Year of Kenny's birth, that's no jive. 1933, this date is on his mind. 37 times 33, 1934, and Agnes he did long for. Don't want to lose her now. I'm halfway done, I'm so proud. I must stay humble, lest they figure me out. Now I just have to move this gate, so they can see their fate, which will make my statement loud. It's all about timing, don't you see? The message in stone I had left for thee. Have you not seen the greatest stone in the lands? Have you not seen the greatest room up her hands? Have you not looked into the sun carefully? Have you not seen what I have seen? Penrose equations beaming down on thee. Oh, my little photon, you are so bright. Where is your brother, the one that takes flight? Oh, is he the one passing through me now? Through everything, this holy cow? 1924. He was 37. 27 more, and I'll be in heaven. 1951. 999. Ed was 25 when he came to the USA. Ed was 25 when he came to the USA. Why did he made to be known 26, you might say? Because 25 is number of messianic presence. Because Ed was tricking that evil mass. 1940 at plus feet tall, 25. Me and Kenny birth year, that no jive. What is 5 sides in the number 33? Days apart, me and Kenny will be. 1912 to 1940 is 28 sun. Equal rotation days for the earth. So many ways Ed left you to understand my girth. Sun peaked and mankind streaked. Civil rights and the devil's freaked. For you time of sorrow is about to begin. I told you, oh, where have you been? There are many facts, yes, no doubt. Ed's numbers and sun give me clout. For if you take the time and actually dig, statistically, anomalies add to real big. Odds, that is, statistics, probabilities, overwhelming truth in these realities. Just a few more, then I'll go. 6105 to rings 12210 times my 10 cents. 195 is 19th month, which is 5 days. 195 times 10 cents, I live on the bays. You know those circles with the notches. Ratchet down is 5 days. It's about sun splotches. I've told you, too cold for snake snapping. I've told you, look, numbers, your face is slapping. Have I not told you Mayan Hebrew connections? 5126 divide by my sweet 16. 3168, go and look up what it means. Oh, dearest solar, it's all about you. Oh, my dearest solar, odds give truth. There is more there if you wish to compare. As you do add the odds, you will begin to stare. What is the matter with you, they will ask. Senga is Agnes. He's doing his task. I don't want no publicity. I don't want black heart freaks coming for me. I don't want to be swept away hidden in a closet. I don't want egos drinking from my faucet. But I have no choice in the matter. Too much honey has made me fatter. I consume the green grasshoppers, it helps me to seize. Then I wipe ashes from my head as I cry. Honey from bees, dripping off my lips as I stare off in the sky. I no longer need to ask God why. For my seekers, after you cry and get it all out, backbone strong now, start to shout. If you can do this little thing, then you have understood time and when the bell rings. They make a place for themselves, you see, fresh water and mountains where waves can't be. The little arks they do build now, there is no room for you in this holy cow. They make sure their bloodlines stay intact. Future kings and queens black hearts chaos attack. Fire and evil I will extinguish in my pool. A quote for you now, Mr. Solar. It's not my cool. Sang, bald and gold chains. I pity the fool, Mr. T. Oh, my dearest seekers, I can't really show. For this book is yours to write. Now I must go. One last thing to make you go dang. One last word on the wedding ring. Lead, skal, men. Or as you've been all saying, led, skal, men. Let me save you a little time, for his name means lead scale of time, because time is based on nines. 6105-195 is the end date twice. Solstice or 19 months, 5 days, that's nice. If you could understand the 137th, if you could understand time and 137th, 7129 times those centuries of the sun, 320708 years has counted backwards till it's done. Pretty funny how Ed's numbers fit into things. Pretty funny how Ed's numbers make you have dings. For if you understood time and its place, then you would understand all. I make my case. For if you know the scales of snakes, fractals to geometry made B-day cakes. If you knew that 10-cent rattle, 9 base numbers is half the metal. Love, peace, Senga. Okay, so that's all that I've got, and I know that there was a number of other ones on the message board. Amazing brainstorming went on in there. Like I say, I am missing quite a bit of stuff. Back then, though, you kind of just grabbed what caught your eye. Some interesting information in there. The coolest one I saw was this. So January 5th, 2009, 2:19 p.m. Hello, I had talked to a gentleman who grew up living very near Rock Gate. He told me as kids that they would run around the property and play. This is after Ed's death in 1951. He had told me that they had found a square pit out back some way from the castle. It was heavily overgrown, but they managed to climb down in this 3-foot deep pit that was about 10 by 10 feet. He said they had found large U-shaped steel coated with glass and wrapped in copper wire. He said that there was 4 of these devices, and it sounds much like the perpetual motion holder and its design. The gentleman also explained that they were not allowed over there and were not supposed to play over there, but upon returning home had told his father about the large steel parts wrapped in glass and copper wire. Apparently the father went over to investigate and seen the devices down in the pit. He then called the authorities, who in turn called the military for whatever reason. The military did show up with 40 men and trucks, whereby the boy in the story witnessed them carrying off Ed's equipment. This may also account for the pictures some have with a soldier with an M16 standing inside Rock Gate, and everything appears overgrown or neglected. It may be related to this event. Now you have to ask yourself, what business is it of the military to come in and take his equipment? They obviously knew something and took action to prevent anyone from viewing his devices. I think the military itself was in the process of developing anti-gravity technology and particle beam weapons, or death rays described and designed by Tesla. This is obviously a very sensitive subject to the military. Ask Joe Bullard what Jeb Bush did when Bullard started talking about the Ed's magnetic wheel. Pretty much the conversation was over at that point, as Jeb Bush immediately turned and walked away, and Bullard was instructed that this interview was over. I think that's how it went. It's been a while since I listened to Bullard's story about the J. Bush meeting. Peace, Senga. That is very intriguing, this one. I haven't been in touch with Senga since, and I just thought I would share these for archival purposes. But what an amazing time it was back in those forums. Well, once again, thank you for everybody's time. Hope you've been having a great day, a great night, and I will see you soon.